Hello friends, welcome again back to my channel. So here is me with my two-piece jacket and also my trouser pants. But today I'm going to show you how to make this notch collar jacket. So let's get to it. And here on my drafting table, you can see I have my piece already laid out here. So I'm going to be cutting out first for the back piece. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. So all I'm doing now is just to indicate my desired length. Okay, so this totally depends on what you want. Then after that, I'm also adding some hemming allowance at the lowest part. Okay, yeah, so here I have my desired length. What I will do now is to start indicating my vertical lines. So the first thing I'm doing now is to indicate the chest line at 9, the waist at 17, the hip at 24, and I'm going ahead to get a straight line and of course labeling everything down so you can see this now. So next thing I want to do is to indicate my 3 by 8 inches mark so that we can get the slope. So the first I'm marking 3 inches. Then the next I'm indicating what my 8 inches right there. Then at that 8 inches, I'll go down by 1 inches for the slope. Okay. Then of course, I'll go ahead and rule it to that 3 inches mark. So here we automatically have our slope right there. So the next thing I want to do now is to indicate the shoulder width I'm working with, which is actually 15 divided by 2, that's 7.5. Then I added 0.5 inches to it, making it 8 inches. So you can see me taking it all the way to that chest line, and there I have it. Then from that slope point now to the chest line, I will get the midpoint of what I have there, which is 8. If I divide it by 2, that means I have 4. So I'll get my 4 inches mark there. At that point, I'll go ahead now and create my armhole. Remember, this is for the back piece. Then I'll come here now and indicate a neck width of 3 inches. I'm marking that down. Then the neck depth of 1.5 inches. So I'll go ahead now and also create a curve right there. And here you have it now. So you can see we have our neckline. Then going ahead to indicate my measurements. So for the chest line, I'm putting in the bust circumference of 38 divided by 4, 9.5. I'm going ahead to add extra 3 inches there. For the waistline, the same thing. I divided by 4. I have, it was actually 36 divided by 4. That's 9. I added 3 inches. Then for the hip was 44 divided by 4, which is 11. I went ahead to add my extra 3 inches. Then for the hemline, the lowest part there, I'm also going to fix in what I put in for my hip measurement. Okay, just the exact same thing. I'm going ahead to add the extra allowance there. And that's it, guys. We're done here. So going ahead now to connect all the points together, and we have it our side all shaped out there. So you can see this now. So we're actually done with this back piece. What is left now is just to cut all through this out. Guys, if you've not subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'll appreciate this a whole lot, okay? Thank you so much, guys. And here you have a back piece. Then for the front, I'm going to make use of this pattern paper to make it easy because of the color we're going to be drafting out, okay? So on that top part now, I'm indicating 5 inches, which by the way, as we move ahead, I pointed out that I should have marked 6 inches. Okay, so if you're doing yours, please mark 6 inches or 7 inches instead of that 5 inches. Okay, please do that. So I marked 5 inches at the top. Then at the sides, you can work with 5 inches is fine, but at the top, instead of that 5 inches, make yours to be 6 inches. So you will see the reason why I'm advising you to do that. Okay, yeah, as we go ahead. So now I have this now, then I'm going to use that line as my startup line. So what we're going to do here now is just to repeat everything we've drafted for the back piece. That's just all. So I'm just going ahead to put in my slope point there. Then I'll take the vertical measurements as well, and also get it all shaped out. So like I said, we're just doing this so that you can actually see how we drafted out the notch collar effect there. Okay, yeah, so this pattern paper, when I'm placing it on my fabric, all I will do is just to extend it to the desired length, just like we have for the back piece. So you can see me going ahead to mark all my lines there, then going ahead now to put in my shoulder width. Okay, remember it was 8, then I'll extend the line. So at this point I'll get the midpoint, and what I have, remember, was 8 inches as well. So the midpoint was 4, so I'll go ahead and mark that. So because this is the front piece, I'll go inwards by 0.5 inches so I can what, create my front armhole. So you can see me going ahead to, draft that out now. And so that's it for that's just what differentiates this from the back is the armhole there. Then going ahead now to fix the measurement for the chest line, fixing the bust measurement. Remember it was what, 38 divided by 4, 9.5, added 3 inches extra there. Then the waistline was 9, added extra 3 inches. Then for the hip line, like I said, we'll have to what, extend it when we're placing it on the fabric. So this is just what we have there. You can see this now. All right, so the next thing now is to start creating our collar effect. Okay, but before that, I'll indicate the neck width of 3 and the neck depth of 3. Neck width of 3, neck depth of 3. I'll go ahead and create my neckline curve right there, so you can see this now. Okay, so the next thing I want to do now is to indicate a button space allowance. Okay, it's supposed to be 1.5, but I'll add 0.5 inches to make it 2 inches. So you can see me marking that down. So you can actually use 1.5 if you want to, but I want to use 2 inches. Then I'm just extending that neck depth, okay, to that button allowance. So you can see this. So I'm going to determine a break point where I want my lapel to actually fall, and I'm making use of that chest line. Okay, you can make yours go beyond that, but I'm using that chest line. You can see me connecting it back to that neck width. Now I'll bring back my back piece to measure what I have on the neckline there. You can see I'm placing my tape to take what my measurement is there, and there I had about 4 inches. Okay, please feel free to do it again, just be sure you have the perfect measurement. Now that 4 inches, now I will now add 0.5 inches to it, making it what, 4.5. So that is what I'm going to extend upwards. So what we're doing now is the length of the collar. That's what we're trying to achieve. So just follow the shape of that slanted line already we have there. Just take it up. You can see me trying to confirm that we have exactly 4.5. So I will now go backward again by 0.5 inches. So the reason why we're doing this is just to make sure that the collar is sitting very well on the neckline. So you can see, so which means the initial line now I'm going to discard. Now, the next thing now will be the collar width. So the collar width now, I'm going to make use of what? 3.5 inches actually, but I'll now add 0.5 inches again, and I'll now make it 4 inches. So now, you see the reason why I told you initially that you should have made your startup line to be 6 or 7. So you see now that this, I should have been able to get a perfect this thing, the collar width there. Okay, I'm supposed to go up by 0.5 inches, but because I have no space, I have to leave it like that. So when I cut it out, I'll have to what, redraft it again. As you go along, you also see it. So but if you had made yours 6 inches or 7 inches, then you don't have to go through this process. Okay, yes. So go ahead now and come to that neck depth here. You can see where I'm placing my tape. I'm moving up by 0.5 inches, as you can see. Then I'm going to go ahead and take that neck depth curve upward, so you can see. So what we are doing now is just to create that notch effect. Then of course I'll go ahead and connect it all together. There's nothing extra here, guys. Just go ahead and go over it again. Trust me, you get this right. This is not difficult. Okay, yeah. And guys, we're done. You can see our drafting, we're totally done here. Now what is left now is just to cut this out. So I'll go ahead and first of all cut out the collar before cutting out the entire piece. So cutting out the collar, I'll set that aside so that when I'm placing the pattern on my outfit, then I can easily cut out for the the body of the dress, for the front piece. So you can see what we have here right now. Going ahead to cut this out. So I'll set this aside. So this is our collar there. Then of course I'll go ahead and cut the size. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you've not done that, and also like and share with friends. Please, I'll appreciate this a whole lot, guys. Thank you so much. And so here we have our pattern. You can already see how it's looking. You can see that notch effect already. You can see this. So I'll go ahead and now place this on my fabric, and I will also correct that neck width there. And here you can see I have it on my fabric. So all I need to do is just to place it, and I also use the back piece to extend the lower part of the outfit there. Okay, yeah, so this is just straightforward. You can see this now. I'm going ahead to, of course, cut this entire piece out. So you can see now we have our front piece. As easy as that. This is the best way to work with it. Okay, because if you're drafting this the color on your fabric, you might just make a mistake, so it's better you draft it on the pattern paper. And so you can see we have this. You can see that lapel effect already. So this is all ready now. So now for that color, so this is what I'm trying to correct right now. So all I need to do now is to shape exactly what I already cut out. Can see, then that 0.5 inches now, I will now indicate it. Okay, so this is what I was saying. If you had made yours 6 inches, then there won't be any need for doing this right now. I would have just done it immediately there. Okay, so which means the initial line is also discarded, just like we did for the side. I hope you understand this now. Okay, so that's just it, guys. So going ahead to cut this out. So this little difference is very important because it will help the collar to sit properly, guys. So that's it, guys. So the next thing I'm going to be drafting out is the facing. Okay, I'm cutting out a facing for the front part because I'm not going to use a lining. If you want to use a lining, please feel free to do that. Okay, yes, but I just want a facing just for that neck part, okay, where the lapel is going to show. That's all. So you can see my facing, I'm stopping it at the midpoint of the shoulder. You can see the way I'm drafting this out. You can see that's just it there. That will be enough so that by the time it will be able to cover up my lapel. Then for the collar, I'm going to cut out 2 pieces of it because I'll be using it for one for the main collar, and of course one will serve as a lining. So you see how I'm placing my collar. Okay, that's straight part is going to be on fold. You can see, and I'm also going ahead to add extra 0.5 inches all the way for the sewing allowance. Okay, so you can see we have 2 pieces right here. All right, so our collar is ready right now. So guys, we're done here, guys. Setting this aside, then I'll go ahead and draft out my sleeve. So this is just a basic sleeve and a short one. So I'm just indicating a cap's height. I'm going ahead to mark a slanted line at the edge there. Okay, then in between that slanted line, I'm getting the midpoint and just creating my inverted S. Okay, yeah, so in case you are not familiar with creating this sleeve, I have a video already linked up in my description box on how to draft a basic sleeve pattern. This is just quite straightforward. And here we have our sleeve already drafted out. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. And guys, like, we're done with the drafting. You can see the sleeve is ready. We have it there, and then we have our collars as well. You can see the 2 piece, both the facing, the lining, and the main collar. You can see the facing, and of course the entire piece. So we have everything ready right now, and we're done here, guys. So the next thing I'll be doing now is to show you the sewing process, which I'll be taking you on the next tutorial. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. So see you on the next one. Bye.